Stop. The internet just turned on Sha'Carri Richardson. Again, some fans said she was finished. Others claimed the new generation had already replaced her after last year's disaster. Many believed she'd never dominate American sprinting again, because just 1 year ago, the reigning world champion didn't even make the 100-meter final at the U.S. Championships. Imagine that. The biggest star in American sprinting, eliminated in the very first round. People called it the beginning of the end. But after what happened this year, those same critics suddenly went silent. Here's what really happened. 12 months ago, Sha'Carri Richardson arrived at the U.S. Championships carrying enormous expectations. She was the reigning world champion, the face of American sprinting, the woman everyone expected to win. Instead, she ran just 11.07 seconds in the opening round, not fast enough to even qualify for the semifinals. One of the biggest upsets in recent sprint history. Social media exploded. Fans questioned whether the pressure had finally caught up with her. Others wondered if injuries had permanently taken away the explosive speed that made her famous. Every ranking, every prediction, started putting someone else's name above hers. But Sha'Carri never stopped believing. She returned this season determined to prove one thing. She still belonged at the top. Her first race showed promise. She won, but the time wasn't spectacular. Then came another setback. She lined up against her own training partner, the reigning national champion. The race was decided by the smallest of margins. Sha'Carri finished second. Once again, critics had fresh ammunition. They claimed she could compete, but couldn't finish. Then came the moment she'd been waiting for. The 2026 U.S. National Championships. The very meet where everything had fallen apart 1 year earlier. This time, she looked completely different. Relaxed, confident, focused. She cruised through the opening round with ease. No panic, no mistakes, just business. Then something unexpected happened. One of her biggest rivals chose to skip the 100 meters altogether, leaving Sha'Carri as the overwhelming favorite. Some fans immediately dismissed the race, saying the title wouldn't count without the defending champion. Sha'Carri didn't respond. She never needed to, because champions answer on the track. The final began. Her start was solid, not perfect. For the first half of the race, it looked incredibly close. Then, everything changed. Around the final 20 meters, Sha'Carri found another gear. The smooth stride, the relaxed shoulders, the explosive finish that once made her the fastest woman in the world. She pulled away from the field, crossed the finish line first, and matched her fastest performance in 2 years. The stadium erupted. Sha'Carri screamed toward the crowd, raised her arms, and celebrated like every doubt from the past year had disappeared in one race. But the victory meant even more than another national title. It was her third U.S. 100-meter championship, tying one of the longest-standing records in American sprint history. After everything she'd endured, the injuries, the criticism, the shocking early exit, she was back exactly where she believed she belonged, at the top. Now the story gets even bigger, because the rival she beat will be waiting later this season. The rematch everyone wants is coming, and this time, Sha'Carri Richardson arrives with something she didn't have a year ago: confidence, momentum, and proof that writing her off is always a mistake. So here's the question. Was this the beginning of another Sha'Carri Richardson era? Or is the biggest battle of her career still ahead? Comment your prediction below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the biggest sprint stories are only getting started.